Hey everyone, this is Unlock24, and today I'm going to be doing a deck profile on Mako Tsunami. The way I'm going to do it is I'm not going to do any gameplay or anything. If you want to see gameplay, I do have a ton of gameplay in my ladder matches, so go ahead and go down to the ranked playlist and you'll see a ton of gameplay with it. And let's go ahead and get started. This is just going to be a deck profile, no gameplay, no anything, and let's get started now. Alright, so this is the deck, and the deck, what it tries to do, it doesn't really care about strategy, doesn't care about trying to do any sort of weird thing. All it wants to do is it wants to summon the Levia Dragon Deadalus. Now, it has a ton of ways to summon it. You can tribute the Unshaven Angler, or you can tribute to High-Tide GYOJINs, or activate the Big Wave Small Wave. And a lot of people are telling me that the Big Wave Small Wave is not really good or anything or something like that. But this is a strictly summon Daedalus and win the game. All he wants to do is just summon it as soon as possible and blow the field up and win from there. Now, the way you want to play this deck is you want to play kind of stally, and that's why I run the 3-sphere Karibos. You can run enemy controllers, you can run maybe other traps, if you don't have the 3 Karibos, because they are kind of hard to get. So you can replace the Karibos with more stall cards. I'll leave that up to you as to whatever you want to play. I do play the Magical Merchant. The Magical Merchant basically gets you to another big wave or a small wave, or it gets you to a Yumi or a Mirror Wall. And sometimes it does save you whenever you play against Weevil. So it is there for whenever he plays the flute. And whenever he plays the flute, you'll just target the Magical Merchant and you get a free spell card whenever the Merchant gets flipped on your next turn. You can also run the 3 Yomi ships. I was just running 2 because, like I said, this is more of a straight beatdown, summoned dragon, blow up the field deck, and it wants to win in the first couple of turns. Usually what I use this deck for is whenever you're starting going up the ladder with the King Games, I usually use this deck to go through all the newer players or the lower ranked players, and this deck will just automatically win you the games in those lower ranks. Now, once you get to Platinum like 2 or higher, this deck does struggle a little bit because you will have a lot of counters to it, and a lot of people are running multiple D-spells and twisters. So this deck struggles in those higher tier decks. This is a great deck for the lower tiers. If you're just trying to go up the ladder extremely fast, this deck will get you there extremely quick. What I like to do is I like to use this deck, like I said, all the way to Platinum 2, and then switch out to either Rex or Pegasus. And I'll show you here shortly what those decks are. So just go ahead and recap to what everything's in the deck. It's 3 Levia Dragons, 3 Sphere Karibos, 2 Yomi ships, 3 Unshaven Angler, therefore the tributes, 1 Magical Merchant, 3 High-Tide GYOJIN, and 3 Big Wave Small Wave to summon the dragon, and extra Yumi because sometimes it does get destroyed, and just the Mirror Wall just for defense, but you don't really need it because you do run those Karibos. And the Karibos, what happens every now and then is that your opponent destroys your field spell, and your Levia Dragon is just sitting there, doesn't do anything, or maybe you blow everything up and the enemy controller or Sphere Karibo your dragon. So the Sphere Karibos help you out whenever that happens, and they try to attack your 15 defense dragon. You just Sphere Karibo, and then you can do the same thing next turn. So the deck's extremely good, but again, it's only good up to Platinum 2. After that, you'll have trouble winning any type of game, because Rex will most likely out damage you, and anything else, they run a ton of spell destruction, so that your field's gone and you can't nuke the field. So all the way to Platinum 2, this is the deck for you. This is the best, in my opinion, the best water deck out there. All the way to Platinum 2. If you're trying to build something that's maybe more competitive, I don't suggest or recommend this deck. You will have a hard time in those upper tier ranks. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the description below. Otherwise, I'll be uploading another deck here shortly. And if you are enjoying this content, don't forget to subscribe.